guys, welcome back to our video and we are discussing advertising and different kinds of career in it and आप लोग किस तरह से उसमें education ले सकते हैं, अपना career बना सकते हैं. We are trying to break it all down for you. And in this video, in previous videos, firstly we have discussed the education, the career and roles in advertising. And now we are discussing in this video the challenges that one faces in advertising on day-to-day basis and how to overcome them. Basically हम आपको डरा नहीं रहे हैं, हम आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि अगर आप डर गए हो तो आप कैसे ना डरो. So welcome back Vivek to my video.
Thank you Preeti and hi listeners, viewers.
So सबसे पहले शुरुआत करते हैं. What are different kinds of challenges in advertising?
See,
according to you, yeah.
See, for a newcomer, for a youngster, I think it's the challenge is standard anywhere. I'll start with a very basic personal anecdote. You know, I began my career first in sales. I was a trainee executive, sales and marketing in a fairly large consumer electronics company that time. Onida was the name. And after my first 10 days, I was just let out in the field. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do. So that is the first challenge that you face. Because you think that there will be somebody who will hold you through the process, etc.
पर ऐसा नहीं होता है.
It happens. But एक स्टेज के बाद आपको हाथ छुड़ा के भागना पड़ता है खुद ना, या चलना पड़ता है. So most people tend to get a little lost within the maze of the organization because agencies are, if you are joining a large agency network, then they are large, intimidating organizations. I mean, some have 300 people, 200 people sitting under one roof. Some even have 2,000 people sitting under one roof.
Wow.
And things like that. So it can be a little intimidating. And so the first thing is that you should not get overwhelmed by the situation because you have come to make a career in it and there is a defined role for you. So don't think that मैं कहाँ फंस गया, मैं I'm a small fry in the entire thing, etc. No, your role is very important.
So basically उनको out of place feel हो रहा है, उनको ऐसी vibes आ रही हैं कि यार मैं तो यार I'm actually a very small fry in such a big organization. तो ऐसा उनको कभी feel नहीं करना चाहिए.
So I don't think you should feel left out, you should feel out of place, or you should feel as if nobody cares for me, because these are things that we've all been through.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm telling you. But advertising is a fairly...
That's very encouraging.
But I'll tell you, advertising has certain strengths, inherent strength. It's a very informal culture. So even if you're feeling confused, you can walk up to the next person, regardless of what his seniority is or her seniority is, and he will be more than willing to help you.
हर organization में ऐसा ही होता है.
Mostly. See, I've worked in 3 agencies and I've never faced this problem. Okay. Or I have never seen anybody face this problem. Sometimes people have fun with you because they say, अच्छा ये नई बच्ची आई है, चलो उसको थोड़ा सा दौड़ाते हैं. So they'll send you to a few places, etc. But it's all in good faith, it's all in good humor, and the idea behind all of that is to, teach you a few tricks. Okay. So the biggest challenge is anxiety and being able to adapt to a new surrounding, and which is only natural. So don't let that overwhelm you.
But have you met youngsters at your workplace where they have told you कि we are feeling out of place and हमें लग रहा है कि हम गलत profession में आ गए हैं?
होता है. In fact, we've had people who've left us in 2 months. There are some guys who've left us in 2 weeks also. But I think it's a natural, phenomenon. I've seen this happen at banks. I've seen this happen at manufacturing companies.
क्या बोलते क्या हैं वो आपको?
See, when they go, they say, we came with a very different thought process in mind. We thought it'll be a lot more, structured and organized. So then we often tell them, jokingly that then you should go and join a bank because you know that right from morning to evening you'll be sitting at the teller and counting currency notes.
And leaving at 5.
I don't mean to, cast any aspersions on banking.
I know you're just making a comparison, which is okay. Okay, so ऐसा हुआ है and they've quit.
Because see, sometimes what happens, you come in. Let's say you come in as a copy trainee, and when you come to the agency, you say, I'm a great guy. I have written so many scripts when I was in college. I've even written plays which have been directed by my friends, etc. So मैं पहले दिन आऊँगा, मेरा लिखा हुआ टीवी कमर्शियल 1 हफ्ते बाद स्क्रीन पे दिखेगा. वो यहाँ आके देखता है यार, मुझे तो पहले ब्रोशर लिखने को दे दिया. फिर मैं ब्रोशर से आगे बढ़ा, फिर मुझे बोला गया चलो ये हेडलाइंस लिखो. फिर मुझे बोला गया सोशल मीडिया की सारी पोस्ट चेक करो, उसमें कोई मिस्टेक नहीं होनी चाहिए. And so these are all rigors you have to go through till you become the most proficient guy. Yes. And वो बंदा फिर सोचता है यार मैं फिल्म कब बनाऊंगा, उसके दिमाग में एक ही कीड़ा रहता है. And that is when certain mismatch happens. Same happens with account executives.
It reminds me of a very like a similar incident. वो मेरी friend वो डॉक्टर जब वो बनी और जब वो अपनी अपनी पढ़ाई कर रही थी तो उसको भी माइंड में मैं सर्जरी कब करूंगी, मेरे दिमाग में भी सेम चीज की मैं एंकर कब बनूंगी. You know, we whenever we enter a profession we think कि हम लोग को भैया नेक्स्ट डे अगले हफ्ते ही हम लोग ऑन स्क्रीन आ जाएंगे या we'll just crack the biggest challenge that we had set us out for, and I agree with you.
And see, I'll tell you, for client servicing executives, also the same thing happens. When will I get to go to client meetings? When will I get to speak in the meeting? When will I make my own presentation? And so some people think that they were born to do it, and believe
Yeah.
you me, some people come with natural abilities and talent like that, and they shine through faster.
Okay.
So it's not that the system kind of tries to stop you. The system is designed so that you go through all the tricks and the ropes, so that at the end of it you don't make mistakes. You are better suited for the task that is given to you, and you're able to win people's trust and confidence.
ओके, तो स्पेसिफिकली आपने यंगस्टर्स को किन चैलेंजेस को फेस करते हुए देखा एंड ओवरकम करते हुए भी देखा है?
See, I think youngsters are very smart today. I've seen these, young girls and boys at the agency handle everything.
Okay.
Whatever you throw at them, they're able to handle it. And there are certain traits that we have been able to identify. I could say it, though it's not well researched, etc. It's purely born out of experience. That these people are able to analyze situations. They're able to think on their feet.
Okay.
They're very solution oriented, and they do not take undue risks. Because when you take undue risks, then you open yourself to a lot more potential disasters. And when a disaster strikes, then things can really go out of control. And mistakes in advertising can be very expensive.
Okay.
So that's why there is that level of caution that we try and build into our people. The caution is not meant to make you become a safe thinking person. The caution is basically meant to prevent mistakes.
Okay.
It's not meant to curb creativity. It's not meant to curb ingenuity and innovativeness. It's purely to minimize commercial failures and mistakes.
हाँ, so आपको एक तरह से प्रिपेयर कराते हैं कि आप एक बेटर पर्सन, बेटर प्रोफेशनल बने.
और जो बच्चे यंगस्टर्स जो आते हैं, अगर उनको देखो जो कामयाब होते हैं, they have a very positive attitude. So even if they get scolded by somebody, the client or someone, etc., because clients are sometimes fairly ruthless in their comments, because for them it's a very big commercial thing that they are handling. For him it's a big campaign, for you it's just another ad that you're taking maybe. So there are people who are not able to emotionally handle that. So and which is where the role of leadership within the agency, their team leaders, their bosses becomes important.
Okay.
They should prepare them, they should always be there to back them.
So एजेंसीज में ऐसा कोई स्पेशलाइज्ड रोल होता है या डिपार्टमेंट होता है जहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स आई मीन जो नए फ्रेशर्स हैं, ट्रेनीज हैं, उनको साइकोलॉजिकली प्रिपेयर करा जाता हो? ऐसा कुछ नहीं है स्पेसिफिक.
I think there is nothing of that sort, but yes, by and
like
large,
human resources में ऐसा कोई programs वगैरह वो department अगर
see, I think the induction process takes care of that.
Okay.
Because when they go and interact with various senior people, they tell them.
Okay.
This is my personal experience, and through it's mostly experiential learning that people go through.
Okay.
And that's how it is. The other thing is that the group that you are assigned to, your immediate team leader, it's his job to prepare you.
Okay.
It's his job to make sure that they look after your interests.
Okay.
And by and large, I've seen within advertising, the seniors are very encouraging.
Okay.
And a lot of
but they are not
a lot of small mistakes are tolerated.
They're not insecure of the young talent.
Nobody is insecure of young talents. In fact, people are only insecure about one thing: that will my next idea be good or not? That is the biggest insecurity that kills an advertising guy.
True. So मैंने personally advertising में देखा है कि बहुत ही chilled out atmosphere होता है, एक unwinding atmosphere रहता है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है advertising agency में.
It is easy going, yet at the same time it's serious business. A lot of people tend to think कि यहाँ तो कुछ serious काम नहीं होता है, काम बहुत serious होता है, but there is a
attitude बहुत ही chilled out.
See, creativity cannot thrive in an environment which is very straight-jacketed, which is all about putting people under undue stress.
Yes.
Certain amount of positive tension is always there in the system, but I mean, my personal belief all along in my career has been, I mean, all the agencies that I have managed is to provide people with a warm, safe, secure environment so that they don't have to worry about uh, other things except being the best in their activity.
Yeah,
So if you're
true.
a writer, be the
So
best
they
damn
basically
writer.
just,
Don't worry about other things.
yeah,
We'll take care of that.
yeah. So जो आपने बोला that is I understand that, but at the same time, having said all of that, there's certain kind of pressure in advertising.
Yes.
It's a lonely job in a way where you know when you're so much into your totally in your work and maybe you don't have anybody to talk to, तो आपको लगता है कि डिप्रेशन जैसी चीज जैसे I don't want to use this word, but I just want to give an idea of what I'm trying to say here. कि people feel lonely at work. People feel कि they don't have friends at work sometimes. So what do you think about like youngsters के साथ especially ये चीज होती है क्योंकि वो लोग इतना उनका अभी especially in this era they are like so much pressurized about there's so much happening around them. Every day the scene is changing, the pace at which the content is flowing out, the tech is changing. It is crazy. So उनके ऊपर उनको किस तरह से
See, I'll tell you, advertising for long has had this thing that the cure for everything is a drink in the evening. So, but that's on the humorous side of it. But I think the best thing about advertising is that you never feel lonely. You always have very strong relationships within the agency, between co-workers, between bosses and juniors and things like that.
So you're saying the youngsters don't feel lonely at all?
See, that might be an individual trait, but by and large, the atmosphere is full of camaraderie. It's full of, how do I put it? It's a lot of fun and all that.
Okay.
And within that, good work happens.
Okay.
But yes, we are very conscious of the fact that mental health is important. Agencies spend a lot of effort today to counsel people, especially post-COVID. Scenarios have changed. There are a lot of counseling sessions. There are a lot of sessions held within the agency to tell you how you can unwind, how you can de-stress. People have yoga sessions for their teams and things like that. Agencies organize off-site discussions.
Okay.
They go for pleasure trips with the entire team and things like that. So there's a lot that is done.
Okay.
But yes, mental health across corporate world is an issue.
Okay.
And a lot of agencies are doing proactive stuff in it.
Okay.
And good stuff in it.
Okay.
I think none of the leadership within the agency system takes it lightly.
Achha.
They're very alive to the fact.
Okay. And what about equality, gender bias और pay parity? ये चीजें, ये challenges आप किस तरह से देखते हैं advertising में?
चैलेंज रहा ही नहीं है. मतलब मेरी
बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
शुरुआती दौर में मेरी दो bosses तो they were ladies. And they used to drive me up the wall. So I mean there is gender parity for you. And yes, there's a lot to learn from them. See, Innocean had 40% women employees. Okay. When I retired from there.
Okay.
So and most agencies have fairly equal balance of male and female employees as such. So I don't think gender balance is a problem as such.
Okay.
Nor is salary disparity an issue. Odd case here there.
Management में भी नहीं है.
बिल्कुल नहीं. I mean, there's so many women who head agencies.
Yeah, they do, but then I don't know about their salaries versus what men get. I honestly don't have any idea.
In today's day and age, you can't hide anything. So everything is out there, and you can get to know whatever. I mean, there are smart guys within the agencies who just need to know how much you get as your conveyance allowance, and they can extrapolate what your salary would be. So nothing can be hidden. But
ये विवेक ने किया हुआ है.
No, we used to play this game when I was in Mudra DDB that अपने bosses की salary कैसे calculate करो.
देख लो.
So we had figured out. उसके HR इतना
क्या tip मिला यार youngsters को, क्या tip दिया विवेक ने?
No, but I think humor aside, equality and gender parity within advertising is a reality. I mean, you can't wish it away. It's something that's important for the business.
Okay.
Because 50% of your consumer base is women, and you need to have adequate representation of people and talent, which understands that very well.
Okay. So, and lastly, ये बता दो कि जिन लोगों को छोड़ना है advertising, they have decided to quit advertising. What is your advice for them?
अब उनको मैं क्या राय दूं? मैं तो पुराना एडवर्टाइजिंग का ही आदमी हूं, बट
आप रिटायर हुआ एडवर्टाइजिंग से, आप नहीं एडवाइस दोगे तो कौन देगा?
Nothing is lost in the world. There are people who give up finance and they move to writing songs. There are people who give up coding and they become photographers. So there is no dearth of opportunities. And as our family physician says that everybody finds their water. About youngsters.
That's true. पर अगर वो आपको एडवर्टाइजिंग को उनको पिच करना हो कि भैया मत छोड़ो एडवर्टाइजिंग, तो आप क्या बोलोगे उनको कि why should they not quit?
Because every day brings a new set of excitement and challenges.
Okay.
And I don't think any other career, any other profession provides that kind of a palette. See, I'm very pro advertising.
That is why I
have never done anything else in my life, and that's what.
And you are the right person to ask this, na? तभी तो I'm asking you this.
And so for all these last, I don't know how many years, 36 years, lived.
36 years.
Lived, eaten, drank, breathed advertising.
आजकल कोई 36 days तक भी मतलब कुछ
नहीं लोग टिक जाते हैं.
बहुत मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अभी कम हो गए. कमिटमेंट लेवल आपको लगता है कम हो गई है?
See, that is an all-round phenomenon, not just restricted to advertising.
No,
but
it's
if
not,
you look
of
at
course.
leadership levels,
Yeah.
they're all people who spend significant amounts of time within the organization. And why just here? I mean, you look at any large organization conglomerate, leadership is always, derived from people who have spent their effort in understanding, building, contributing to the organization. So,
right.
I mean, you can always transplant leadership.
आपका बस तो आप 30 years और रह जाते ना Innocean में.
क्या पता? क्या पता?
ये छोड़ते नहीं guys. ये वीडियोस कोई बनती नहीं अगर ये रिटायर नहीं होते, बताओ. So that's it for this video.
ऐसा है, एक कैंपेनर है कि मैं रिटायर हुआ हूँ जॉब से, जिंदगी से नहीं. तो
ये हमारे वीडियो की एंड की पंचलाइन थी. और बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया विवेक का ये वीडियोस मेरे साथ करने के लिए. एंड आई होप गाइज आप लोगों को कुछ इंसाइट्स, एक्चुअली कुछ नहीं, मुझे तो बहुत सारी वीडियो, ये इंटरव्यू करते करते बहुत इंसाइट्स मिल गई. तो जिन लोगों ने ये पूरी वीडियोस देखी हैं, पहले की 3 और अब ये चौथी वीडियो है, तो आई एम वेरी श्योर कि आप लोगों को काफ़ी हद तक पता चल गया होगा कि एडवर्टाइजिंग क्या होता है और एडवर्टाइजिंग को आप किस तरह से परस्यू कर सकते हैं राइट वे में. और फ्रॉम एन इनसाइडर व्यू तो आपको मिली गया, तो उससे बढ़िया तो कोई चीज़ हो ही नहीं सकती.
I must add something here. All you youngsters, please note, this is a very good idea which Preeti came up with. And when she approached me for a couple of days, I was wondering, am I the guy to do it? But she persuaded me and bulldozed her way through. And do consider advertising as a career option. I'm not saying it because that's the only thing I know. I genuinely believe it's a good career to be in. And a few years in advertising never goes waste. And if you spend all your years in advertising, you will end up being managing director or CEO or president or something.
नहीं बनोगे तो पकड़ लेना विवेक को.
Thank you so much.
Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Keep
Do
watching,
subscribe.
Keep liking Interviewwali.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you.